A very warm welcome to First Move. Here is today's Need to Know. One person is dead and more than 70 others are hurt after a Singapore Airlines flight hit severe turbulence. Beyond outrageous, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reacts on CNN to a potential arrest warrant from the International Criminal Court. And Donald Trump decides not to testify as the defense rests in his hush money trial. And blocking an icon, a Japanese town overrun with tourists blocks the view of Mount Fuji. All that and much more coming up. But first, one person killed and more than 70 others injured after a Singapore Airlines plane hit severe turbulence. The Boeing 777 was going from London to Singapore and made an emergency landing in Bangkok. The plane was carrying more than 200 passengers. Most of those came from Australia, the UK and Singapore. Hours ago, most of the passengers who were on that flight departed Bangkok for Singapore on a different plane. Our Ivan Watson joins us now live from Bangkok with the latest. Good to have you there for us, Ivan. So we know this 73-year-old man, this passenger on board, lost his life. What more can you tell us about those who were injured?
Right. Well, there were many of them. According to hospital authorities here in Bangkok, more than 70 people, passengers and crew, hospitalized. And if you take into consideration that the original manifest, passenger manifest, had 211 passengers and 18 crew members on board this stricken Singapore Airlines Flight SQ321, that's close to a third of all the people who were on board who have had to be treated in hospital for injuries. A plane within the last couple of hours took off from Bangkok airport here for Singapore. It was a hastily arranged Singapore Airlines flight, and it was carrying 131 of the passengers, original passengers from this flight onwards to Singapore after the original flight had to make this emergency stop here in Bangkok.
Injuries and death after a moment of terror 30,000 feet in the sky. A Singapore Airlines flight hit with severe turbulence, throwing some passengers around the cabin just moments after the seatbelt sign was switched on. Lighting and air ventilation tubing spilling out from the ceiling. Food trays from breakfast littered across the floor. Emergency workers raced to Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi International Airport on Tuesday afternoon after the flight turned deadly. Traffic control on the tarmac quick to redirect ambulances and set up makeshift medical tents for injured passengers. Flight SQ321 departed from London and was en route to Singapore, but severe turbulence forced pilots to make an emergency landing in Thailand. The condition of the skies resulted in the death of one person while aboard the flight. Many others now in critical condition, with dozens more injured.
The plane landed at the airport and the medical team was sent to the scene. Many injuries occurred, so the airport had to issue an emergency plan. All our teams went to help.
The airline has launched an investigation into the incident, with the British Embassy also deploying officials to support those in hospital. The passengers left with the question of how this all went so wrong.
Now, Lynda, the British Foreign Office, it said that the man who died aboard the flight was a 73-year-old British citizen. He's been identified as Jeff Kitchen by the Thornbury Musical Theatre Group, where it says he had worked for some 35 years. So a tragic development there. A big question is going to be, what caused this terrible turbulence? The CNN weather team has looked at satellite data, which they say suggests that there were growing thunderstorms. It's the monsoon season that is approaching Southeast Asia. And Singapore Airlines itself said that the turbulence, the violent turbulence, took place as the Singapore Airlines flight was flying at around 37,000 feet over Thailand's neighbor to the west, that is Myanmar. The CNN weather team saying that these thunderstorms, as they're developing, it is possible that they can not be detected by radar. The U.S. National Transportation Safety Board says it is sending a team to the region here to help in the investigation to try to find out how this terrible incident took place, causing so much harm and contributing, apparently, to at least one passenger death. Lynda.
All right, Ivan Watson, good to have you there for us. Thanks so much. We are going to stay on this story. I want to welcome Richard Quest for more on this. Richard, good to have you with us. You fly all the time. You know that turbulence is common on these long-haul flights. But why was this one deadly?
That's a good question. It was deadly for two reasons. One, obviously, as Ivan was saying, they didn't know it was going to happen, so they weren't all strapped in. But also the profile of the actual turbulence. The amount of, look, here's the plane going along. And as it comes into, hits the turbulence, so it starts to go up and down. And it's not just the amount it goes up and down, but it's the ferocity with which those movements take place. If you think about it, a plane comes into land normally losing thousands of feet every minute. That doesn't seem to have any effect. But if you get these very sharp ups and downs, and you can see this if you look at the rate of altitude, which we actually know was experienced by, according to Flight Radar 24, the number or the amount of feet that the plane was moving was only 50, 100, 150, 250 feet at a time. It would go up 200 feet, it would go down 100 feet, it would go up 50 feet, and that's what you see here and here and here. The plane's going up, whoops, beg your pardon, and of course it's coming straight back down again. But what that doesn't show, of course, is the rate at which that's happening. And when you take those numbers, you realize, I'll show you again what I mean here, when you take these numbers, this is about 600 feet per minute. This is about 1,200 feet down per minute. This is about 900 feet per minute every time. And it's those dramatic sudden shifts that causes the real damage.
Wow, yeah. There was some confusion earlier as to when that turbulence was problematic, because we did see that flight data show that 6,000-foot drop, but that was controlled. That was part of the descent.
That comes later. If you look at that 6,000, yeah, if you look, it goes from flight 370 down to 31. That is I mean, it's going down at, by the way, it's going down at 1,100 feet a minute, but it's very constant. It's a constant descent. You haven't got anywhere near. We looked at that data carefully. The core bit seems to be at 749.46, and that's where you get these movements, these violent movements, but the actual numeric amounts, I think it's maybe the maximum is 300 feet in one direction, 300 feet in the other.
And so just quickly, major investigation underway. What are the key questions?
Number one, why did the aircraft or the pilots not know it was coming along? Did ATC know? Did other pilots report it in advance? Should the meteorological office of Singapore Airlines or anybody else? That is the number one issue. Why did they not know that this storm was going to be there? Number two, at what point could they have switched the fasten seatbelt signs on sooner? Number three, why weren't, I mean, this is you, me, everybody else. Why don't more people just keep the seatbelts fastened?
Yeah, exactly.